Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and it has been a long time since I have uploaded. It's been crazy. Anyways, I know it's almost the middle of the month. I'm going to be doing this bingo board that I created. It's Thrills and Chills. I did a similar board last year and I can pop up a picture on the screen if it didn't translate too well. But I did this bingo board last year. I made one or two changes to it to kind of update it for this year. I'm going to maybe choose several different options for each of the prompts so that I can still mood read, which that's what all I've been doing. That's why I haven't been filming, because I've been just in a mood read. I've been sick and all of that jazz. So hopefully if I can choose multiple different books for each of the categories that I get, then I will be more likely to actually read the books, because I've been in a huge slump. I haven't really picked up much of anything in the last couple of months. So again, go over the different categories and then I'll pop up the picture ups as I'm talking about it. So under the B, the first row across is YA thriller, so young adult. The next category option is Cabin in the Woods. Then there is a space thriller, a cozy mystery, a graveyard or mist on the cover. Next row down, a paranormal mystery, red and black on the cover, any thriller, continue a series, a locked room, a new to you author, new adult thriller, a free space, so that could be any book that I choose to fulfill that space. A techno thriller, so I guess like technology would go under that. A middle grades mystery, a haunted house, a romantic suspense, a serial killer or cop thriller, a creepy cover, what I feel is creepy, because that's up to kind of in your interpretation of that. Any thriller, a psychological thriller, a mystery thriller, zombies, a medical thriller, and then of course start a new series. So I'm going to do it a little bit different than I did last year. I'm going to get a random number generator, so kind of get a still by chance, still don't know which prompt I'm going for. So the first number will be across and then the second number will go down, and that will be the prompt where the two meet, and that will be what I do. Alright, so 1 to 5. Alright, so the first number generated will be a 2. So 2 across will land me on the L, and then the second number will be 2 across is here, and then 5, so mystery thriller. So mystery thriller, let me go and figure out what I want to do for that, and I'll be right back. So a couple options that I found on my shelves. One is A Flicker in the Dark. It's listed as a mystery thriller. This is following Chloe Davis when she was at first 12 years old. Apparently a murder happens. Her father was accused, I think. And then years later, so I think she moves away from what the synopsis says, and then she comes back as an adult. Things start up again. So there's this one. And this is by Stacy Willingham. Okay. And then the other one for a mystery thriller from my shelves is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Not really familiar with this one either. It's following Maggie Holt. Something happened in her town that made her family famous. Gonna look at this one, see what I think or feel. So I got a couple options, so I can mood read whichever one or both if I'm feeling in the mood for it. Back to our number generator. So we left off on 5. Alright, and here we go. First number is a 3, so under the N, and then our second number will be also 5. So the second number was also a 5, 3 over here, and then down to a zombie. So zombie is where we're going. I only have one zombie book that I have, and I'm gonna put The Walking Dead on it. I started it months ago, and then I've been reading here or there on it, so I'm going to count it for that. So that's the only, I think, zombie book that I have that I'm currently interested in. I have other compendiums of it. It's a really thick book, so let me go grab it real fast. So this is The Walking Dead Compendium 1. I am maybe a quarter of the way through, not quite halfway, not really 2/3. But I started this, like I said, early summer, and I really didn't read much on it. Only in the last day or two have I read the majority of this, so I'm still going to count this for October. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the month. And then I can move on to one, and I'll get another book off of my 23 and 23 to read. So we'll put that as zombie, and we'll do, I'm going to try to do 5 rolls, and we'll see if I can actually read 5 books this month. You never know with the way my reading luck has gone. Hopefully we'll get something other than a 5. So we left off on 5. We got a 2. Back to that same column. And a 1. So we had a 2, which puts us under the I, and then 1. So black or red on the cover. So black or red on the cover. Alright, so I have several options to go for the black or red on the cover, and I want to kind of keep it in the creepy, spooky side of things for this month. So the first one, this is The Demonologist, The Extraordinary Career of Ed and Lorraine Warren by Gerald Brittle. So this is option 1. Okay, so these are like from the Conjuring universe and all of that. This is following those 2 people. So I don't know if it's going to be like a nonfiction look into these people or what. So that's, I'm going to read it and find out, possibly. The second option, this is Nightmare by Chad Nichols. So it's kind of a dark red, but got black on it. Had it come back? No, it couldn't have. He had buried it for good. So that's one of the... Don't know what it was that came back. Scott, following this character named Scott. Something happened. Something got buried. A secret. A body. Don't know. Interested to find out. So that's another option. This is Ungodly by Braden Riddick. Again, a wicked phenomena struck the isolated campus of Palisade Mountain College. So interested to find out what struck this campus. Dealing with homeless population. It's dark. This person watched someone fall from a very high rise building. They couldn't find the body afterwards. So that's an option. Kind of spooky. And then the last option for this category, The Dead Girls of Hysteria Hall by Katie Allender. This family moves into this home. Delia is the, I think, main character's name. It used to be an asylum, and now they're living there. Can only imagine what goes on in this one. Alright, so that is my third pick. Again, I'm probably not going to make bingo this month, just the way I'm doing the board, but it's just giving me something to motivate myself to read. So I'm going to do 5 draws, and then if I finish whichever 5 of these that I do, then I'll see if I can, and if time allows, I'll see if I can fill in more. So we'll see. And then I'll come back at the end and tell you if I made bingo or not. So we left off on 1. First new number is 3. I don't think we've gotten that one before. And our second number is 2. So a 3 and a 2. So the 3 got over to the end. And then 2. Yep. So it would be any thriller that I want. Any thriller. For my any thriller, I only had one left on my shelf. It's called The Graveyard by Robert David Chase. Again, this is another Ed and Lorraine novel. It's the only one I had left on my shelf. If I'm not in the mood for that, I may go on my Kindle Unlimited and see if I can find one there. Still trying to leave it up to mood reads, but that's an actual physical book that I need to read off my shelves and see if I enjoy it or not. And then I think this is our last and final pull, so let us get that done. So we left off on a 2. so it went to a 1. And then a 4. Yes, a 1 and a 4 is where we left off. I think my screen needs to be clean because it's not showing or not recognizing my pushing. Alright, so the first number was a 1. Lemon frame, a 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, a haunted house. Alright, so the only one that is on my shelf that is a haunted house, this is The Demon of Brownsville Road, so it's dealing with this house. Can't remember if this is supposed to be a nonfiction story based on this account or if it's a fiction story. But you're following the Cranmers who lived in this house. I think it's both as him as a young boy and then later as an adult possibly. So I can't wait to dive in. I think I attempted to read it a year or so ago and then I got into slumps. So I got to page 30, so I'll probably just start it over and then go from there now that I'm back in the mood for spooky stuff. And this is for a haunted house. Alrighty, you guys. Alright. I'm going to show you the stack and then we'll briefly look at them again as a wrap. So these are all my potential books for the most part of what I could potentially read this month. If I get to all of them, great, but probably won't. Again, the last one that we saw, my last pick, this is for a haunted house. Again, The Demon of Brownsville Road. So again, The Demon of Brownsville Road by Bob Cranmer and Erica Manfred, maybe. So that's for that. That's only one book for that prompt, so I actually have to read it for that. Again, another only one book that I need to read. At least they're kind of short. This is an Ed and Lorraine story called The Graveyard by Robert David Chase. So I only have one choice for that. Again, if I'm not into it, I can go, or into either of these, I can go on my Kindle Unlimited and choose from there if something else strikes my fancy. Alright, so I have 4 choices for Red on the Cover. I had The Dead Girls of Hysteria Hall, The Ungodly, Nightmare, and then my first choice pick was The Demonologist. Again, it's the Ed and Lorraine story. Okay. Zombies, I only had one pick for that. And this big chunker is the Compendium 1 of The Walking Dead. I'm in the process of working on that. And then I have 2 options for a mystery thriller. One was Home Before Dark, a Riley Sager book. And then A Flicker in the Dark for my second choice. So these are all of my books that I could potentially read, and then if any of these don't hit my fancy, especially if the ones that are only one choice book options, then again I'll use my Kindle Unlimited to see if there's something else that would fit the prompt, fulfill the prompt, and read that instead, trying to keep it open for my mood reading, since that's what I have definitely become here lately. So if you haven't already and you enjoyed today's video, please remember to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button and notification bell for all my future updates. And until my next one, have a good one, you guys. Bye.